Welcome back, you guys. We're coming back from a few weeks hiatus. We're rocking and rolling. Before we jump in, we'll just kind of tell y'all what we got coming up and what we're working on. For the MMC, which is the Mont Music, me and Evan, we kind of a part of that group, and we work together to throw these events. And we put a lot of effort and work into these, so it would be super sick if y'all show up. We booked some pretty sick lineups. Got the underground vibes, the community vibes. We have Digital Mirage coming up, which if you like wave or Brazilian funk or genre I've never heard of called Witch House, but supposedly it's popular to some, unknown to others.
Popular to some.
Popular to some is funny.
I mean
It's a fire pod name.
Popular to some.
Popular to some. Okay.
Hey, real shit. It is kind of, now that I think about it, because isn't the whole point of being popular like to be widely known? But nonetheless, Digital Mirage featuring Zala, who will be the headliner of this show. It's going to be an awesome go. It's at the Clubhouse, which is an awesome spot we've been doing some events at. Honestly, love doing it there. It's like a little garage warehouse type of vibe. Very intimate, very cool, laid back. Got a nice patio, pulled all the way the fuck through. August 29th. That's a Friday, and then I'm working on an event coming up at the end of September as well. Getting that lineup together, getting some people from Dallas. They're going to come in. It's going to be sick. And then Josh also has some shit that he's working on that
Yeah, so as you guys know, me and my buddy Chance, we have a card show that we do. It's called Six Man Media. We do it on Whatnot, which is this app right here. It's an app, but they also have a website. Essentially, Six Man Breaks on Whatnot, Six Man Media live on Instagram. We do mostly card show sales, but we also do giveaways and a bunch of other content as well. So check us out, support the channel. As you can see, I'm not logged into my Instagram here, but you can go back to us. We go live every Sunday, and we are doing in the process of creating like a live show as well to go in like tandem with the card show, which would be kind of like a sports hangout like show type of think like Pat McAfee without there being like a big studio basically. Something in that realm on football Sundays, and so we'll be kind of shooting the shit, hanging out, maybe having some drinks before we get started with the card show sales, and just kind of connect both of those shows together. So stay tuned for that. We'll be announcing that shortly, probably within the next 3 to 4 weeks. And then, hit us up, follow us.
back to the show.
Yo.
Cuts. Yeah, cuts to fucking slideshow.
Fade to black.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like I know some of those work, but I feel like none of those generic transitions never hit.
They're very
Like the slideshow ones are too,
they hit in like moments where they're not supposed to. Like if you have an essay or a project in a college class and you make your project hilarious, like if you make it about like gambling on fucking women's sports and just like go for it and just like try to be obnoxious, like I think those transitions actually hit hard in those types of presentations where that it is like a comedic presentation where you just have like the worst like stars and stripes fucking transition to the next slide.
It's funny because when you're
or the wave.
Dude, that one's so stupid. But when you're a kid and you're young,
You're just cutting shit together.
You're just doing transitions because you're like, oh, this seems professional. And then when you're like, ooh, I did
Once you learn how to use that tool, you're like, transitions on every slide.
Yeah.
Transitions on every slide.
Just a new transition every time. And you're like, I learned something. This is professional.
Can you see how cool I am?
Your teacher's probably like, this looks like shit.
Actually, bring transitions back. I don't think transitions are professional anymore.
Your teacher's just sitting there. It's like, so I see you learned how to use transitions, but I don't know if you learned anything else.
Content is lacking in this presentation, but those transitions were also pretty bad, but you didn't use them.
You got an F, but A for effort.
Yeah. Yes. Woohoo. No,
She said I did really good. Except I failed. Because it was wrong.
Those slideshows, though, I mean, They're cool though. They are cool. I mean, some of them. The stars one, and you had just random. The one that goes back and then it like
Oh yeah.
brings up a new one. You know, why? I almost want to just use that.
There were a lot of cool ones, but a lot of really strange looking ones.
It's crazy because they all exist and none of them are like actually just as good as having none of them.
Exactly. Just the next slide is fine. Just
the
Solid
next,
transition.
The next slide is like, man, that's probably the best transition out there. It's kind of crazy.
So you're presenting a PowerPoint. You're not a fucking DJ.
because it almost feels distracting at that point. You're just looking
That's
at
really what it is.
It's like a waste of an animation. You're just like, wait, I could have already been looking at the other information, but like, what? All right, I guess that was a thing. Especially whenever if someone's using one, they never just use one.
It also depends on the context. You can't use like a cool animation to go to the next slide when you're trying to tell your boss that you guys are down 25% this quarter.
I think though if you use them with sound effects, it makes it a little bit
Be
cooler.
like, and if you take a look at this slide, whoosh,
Yeah, it's just like a.
we're down 25% this quarter. You say, what the fuck? You're fired. What's wrong with you?
Boom! Like a fucking explosion. Boom! I knew you would say that. So
Like when it goes to the next one, it's just a car like zooming by. Just the horn.
but you know what's funny though? Earlier you mentioned gambling, and people, I guess, trying to educate people on that. I found out that apparently you can bet on, if an object, a certain kind of object, will be thrown or not at a WNBA game.
Yep. Well, I think what it is that it's not if it will be, it's that you can bet on the color of the next one. That's because the last three have been green. So, like, the odds are green is clearly the favorite, but there's different odds for each other color.
I remember seeing the one item that obviously everyone would talk about.
That's the item we're talking about.
Is that been thrown on there every time, or is it a
Multiple
different
times.
item each time?
It's same item, but multiple occasions and situations.
Apparently the same color.
Yeah.
That does suck, though, because, on one hand, you can't help but think, oh.
I don't know if this is a I don't know if this is a two-hand situation. But all right.
That's a crazy way to put that.
That does suck.
No. Let him wait. My bad. Let me let you cook though. I just had to get that out of the way.
What I was gonna say is, on one hand, people are buying tickets.
Yeah.
On the other hand, they're throwing.
See, but I've seen some people build some content on the idea that if you can bet on this, then
oh my god,
the cost associated to a guaranteed win on a bet. What are you thinking about? What's going on?
Oh, nothing. Go ahead.
I thought thought something was wrong with the mic.
No,
or something.
go ahead.
But basically, it's like, how much would you be willing to tarnish your record or reputation? Because essentially, if this is a true bet that you can bet on, then all it really costs is the cost of admissions, and then the cost of the dildo plus the jail
Arrest.
time
The
and
arrest.
and
Yeah,
how
it's
much
like
that
the
costs.
arrest for sure that you're getting.
And then additionally, you're down, how much you're putting down on the bet. All of that together is how much it costs, but you can make exponentially more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're talking about. I was thinking about that. I was like, well, I mean, shit. If you had enough capital,
Right.
You could. I could tell you for sure what the next color will be thrown.
Exactly. But see, in trying to combat this, at first they started doing clear bags only, right? But now they're starting to do no bags. So there was other memes where not pocket.
No,
It's
it's in there.
not there. So it's how much are you willing to risk?
That's
Waddling
crazy.
through the front door of the fucking stadium.
I mean, there's no way they can check there. I mean, it's probably the safest
just like-
place.
Sir, come on. We know.
It's not that big. You're like, hey, not very nice.
He's just walking funny. He's just walking goofy. It's like, yo. But I mean, what can you do? What if he's just I'm just weird?
Yeah, I have a limp.
A waddle.
A waddle. I'm Jalen Waddle.
I've always been half penguin. You don't know people's backstories.
Penguin's crazy.
I mean,
did you say half penguin?
yeah.
I had to think about that. I was like, what the
I
fuck?
mean, but if they say that, you can say no, you're not. But at that point, you're just, you're arguing with a crazy person, which you can't win those. There's no legal ground to stop someone that's like walking funny. I mean,
That is true.
I mean,
unless that's where the bar is at, it probably would get there at a certain point.
We have to get to a certain level where it's like, come on.
but again, on one hand, it's boosting viewership. Probably
It's not.
don't think so?
I don't think so. I mean, it's viewing a certain type of viewership. There's a certain type of person that it might be like pertaining to, but it's not.
Gamblers.
Well, no.
I don't think
You can
that
already
many
bet
people
on women's sports. Gamblers that are gonna bet on it are watching it. But that being said, what I meant is that like there's a certain like degenerate that you're talking to, and it's like that is not a like grander scale of our society to where like that would actually benefit them to allow this to happen.
I mean, I will say, I think if it keeps happening and it gets really crazy, I mean, it already feels like it's kind of crazy how many times it's happened already.
Right.
But if it like triples the number, like, and they just can't freaking stop it, like, I think at that point it'll like, it's kind of like an exponential thing. Like at a certain point, it'll become so like, what the fuck, that more and more people will start watching it, which will then bring more and more people in. So like,
What you're saying is if it becomes a
Whoa, Crypto
What?
Group says it orchestrated sex toy tosses in WNBA games.
that's kind
A
of
self-described cryptocurrency enthusiast told ESPN that he is part of a group that orchestrated recent sex toy stunts that have disrupted at least 3 WNBA games in the past 10 days.
would be a crypto guy.
But also that sounds like more of a just like trying to like put your name on someone else's work type of
100%.
thing.
But what I'm saying is like at a point if it becomes such a spectacle, that it's everyone's just like, oh, you just get more and more audience members filing in just to see it. At that point, is it even about basketball?
Is the Guardian a real fucking place?
The Guardian?
Like, is this a real fucking place to actually get news?
but I mean,
Yeah.
journalism is
Yeah,
kind
it
of
is.
dead.
The
brother.
trolling of
Journalism-
WNBA games with sex toys is skibbity brain rot writ large. It's replaced meaning with noise.
What are you talking about?
What the fuck
Real
is
headline.
this?
Real headline. All right, you could go back.
What
People
the
read
fuck
that.
is this headline?
It is. Yeah.
That's where journalism is at.
That's
it's
where
a dead art.
journalism's at.
It's a
Skibbity brain rot writ large. What is writ large? What does that mean?
Dude,
Is that
Our brains aren't rotted enough to know what that means.
Look it up. Look it up. Look up what skibbity brain rot writ large means.
I mean, it's a catchy definitely it's a head turner. That's where journalism is at. You got to turn heads.
I saw a birthday picture where some kid's 18th birthday and it said, "I'm skibbity toilet 8 years old" or something. It was
writ
very-
large means very obvious. I'm not kidding. Just say very obvious. Why are you saying writ large?
There's skibbity toilet very obviously.
Skibbity brain rot very obviously,
skibbity.
basically.
Yeah.
What?
We need Gen Z in
The
here.
trolling
writing
of
our articles fast.
WNBA games with sex toys is skibbity brain rot very obviously.
Ah, okay.
I see what they're trying to
I
say.
kn-
I
I kn-
don't understand why they said it this
Once
way.
you said that, I got it. But like, fire this person. This is what I get.
Fire them,
Dude,
please.
They don't seem like they're in a position to evaluate someone. Like you can't like it's kind of that's what's like blow my brain. It's kind of an oxymoron sentence. Like you can't describe someone as being obviously brain rot
What's
like
wrong
that.
with companies?
Right.
100%. What's wrong with companies? Like, oh yeah, you can't be
Use
talking
brain
about
rot
brain
to tell people that
Yeah.
they're brain rotted.
Like,
You
bro.
can't really have an opinion on it if you're the one saying bullshit.
Like what?
But if the problem with at this point, what I guess people would call legacy media, mainstream media, whatever you call it, specifically places like the Guardian or New York Times, is a lot of them are, how can I appeal to the younger audience? You can't.
Yeah.
Your time's passed. It's gone. Please don't write articles like that.
Younger audience wants nothing to
Well,
do with you.
I will say it. One
Stop.
of the like phenomena that like our generation and our parents' generation like faces is that actual like journalism and like the purest form, I guess you can say, or like the front lines, like not the stations per se, but the journalists who get the information like that art in a way is kind of like, I say art, but like really that's like a euphemism. It's more like a core structure of society to get accurate information. Like that's just like not really a thing anymore. Like that's what then this is what the world kind of looks like, and so you end up having like a bunch of YouTubers that are like trying to be like reporters, but they're like getting all their information from the internet. You don't have like the people that are like the going out and like
Yeah, so it's essentially
getting
he said,
information.
she said. It's all
Like in the field reporters.
Yeah, like the in the field, like the people actually confirming information is like real relevant, so on and so forth. Like the people who report stories by talking to people in the streets, like actually though, it's like all of those people have now they now work for some sort of agenda on some major picture, and like freelance versions of that have like dried up or become like this essentially, where it's like you have to say the craziest things to get a lick of his attention, because like people just aren't paying for truthful, high quality, normal information that's like not extreme. Like that's just not a profitable business.
It's kind of like the difference between like Neil deGrasse Tyson and a practicing scientist.
Yeah.
Where it's like this guy knows enough to be able to get you, someone who doesn't know anything, to understand the like principles that he's trying to teach, but he's not actually testing those principles. He's not actually putting the science in like under testing.
Yeah, that's actually one of my biggest problems with Neil deGrasse Tyson. Is
how he hate him, bro. I'm not
but how
lie.
he prances around like I'm the voice of reason, but you're not one of the people in the field doing any of this research.
It's kind of crazy because it just seems like the ego gets to like maybe anyone that kind of steps into that light, like scientifically. Like I'm trying to think of others, like Bill Nye. I feel like they got to him.
Bill Nye's funny though. Bill Nye is just kind of vibing out there, bro.
No, but the other dude, the dude
and he
that
had an
was
awesome theme.
the
Neil
dude
deGrasse
that was
Tyson didn't.
the dude that was going after Terrence Howard. What was his name? The white dude.
The white dude.
Yeah.
The mathematician.
Yeah.
Eric something.
Eric Weinstein.
Yes, Eric Weinstein. That was it.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Weinstein or Weinstein, something like that.
Yeah, he's Jewish.
That dude, like, I feel like there's like similarities between like these people that are supposed to be like the face of science,
Just gonna say something
where they let it get to their head and they start thinking it's like, well, no, you can't be the face of science. I have to be the voice of reason whenever it comes to these scientific conversations.
Yeah.
And if you're asking my opinion, then obviously you shouldn't be giving me a rebuttal because
Why
I'm
is he
correct.
the voice of reason? Also, secondly, the bad joke I was gonna make was, don't you find it funny that somehow it's a Jewish person that's coming in and trying to shut down this conspiracy?
Oh my god.
We got to bring in a professional, so we got a Jewish man
guy.
in the building.
God forbid a black-owned business be raised above the hierarchy of this greater science.
I mean, to be fair though, bro was talking in a crazy way. He was talking with some crazy speed. Like you have to expect contemporary science to come back with some whiplash.
Yeah, they were definitely on some. Oh, what'd he say?
When you're so anti-fundamentalist, like, because like science is not much different from religion in the fact that it's very cultish and very like they hold firm to their beliefs, even though there are a lot of gaps. But like it's very similar to religion. Like they just have to make assumptions and they hold firm to those assumptions, or at least the fact that their assumptions are better than other people's.
Well, this is what we've talked about before, is the fact that science, in a way, is the way that we perceive reality, right? So if you kind of go against some of what those people believe, you're going against the way that they view reality, or you're breaking kind of the fundamental relation to which they perceive reality. And so if you're like, no, you're wrong, then that's kind of shattering all of their beliefs to an extent, kind of like religion, right? But also in that same way, a lot of science is also backed by big corporations, and a lot of stuff that gets published only gets published due to that fact. So a lot of what is released, or a lot of what public media is allowed to speak on in terms of science, is also funded through other means. And those people who control a lot of that also won't let certain things be published and or said out loud. So you have people scientists who are for the establishment as well, who kind of work for these big corporations. and they're just figureheads, essentially. Like a Neil deGrasse Tyson who just spit off whatever, and people are like, well, that guy's smart. I'll listen to whatever the fuck he says. He was just saying smart
It's very
shit.
surface level.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
honestly.
Yeah.
Like listening to him and like listening to actual astrophysicists. I think that's what he calls himself.
Yeah,
That's what, yeah.
that's correct.
Yeah, he's no Carl Sagan.
Nah, he's definitely not. He's not even.
He wants to be, though.
He's not even anyone that I could think of. He's definitely not them. So they can't think of someone that he is.
He's not him.
Yeah.
He's closer to Bill Nye than
You
anything.
forgot that.
Yeah, that was the funniest thing. That's what I was thinking. Like,
But what I'm saying is he doesn't have a cool theme. Bill Nye had the sickest theme
He
song.
said closest, not.
was-
that.
No, yeah,
Not
no.
a
He
bu-
never said he was a scientist. He just said he's the science guy.
True.
All right. He's Bill Nye, the science guy. He's
Yeah,
not-
we assumed that he was a scientist because of the lab coat.
Tricked us
He's
all.
just a science
and
guy.
the lab.
He's just a guy that likes science.
And he has a
Nothing
lab
wrong
coat
with
and a
that.
lab and all the time in his day to do it because that's just how his life has been. You know,
Yeah, you just get kids to do all the science.
he won the lottery when he was younger. He's not actually like.
Hollywood's answer for everything. Just get kids to do it all.
Just run the kids into the ground.
So you can do science.
Metaphorically.
Oh,
Metaphorically.
So you can do science.
Yes.
Brain
Or-
blast.
Take videos of other people doing science and then put your a video of your face at the end.
You can't lie, though. Being like in 5th grade or 6th grade, just them throwing on Bill Nye was probably one of the best
Oh no, that
days.
shit hit hard.
Bill Nye. the
That
science
fucking
guy.
Mythbusters, fucking what's the Pawn Stars? We used
Y'all
to get
watch
that
that
sometimes.
in
We used to
Like
get that
Pawn
sometimes.
Stars.
Yeah, we used
watched
to get
the
Pawn Stars
mechanics.
sometimes.
We watched we did. You're right.
We used to
We
get Pawn
did.
Stars
We
sometimes.
did
What?
used to get Pawn Stars
For sure.
sometimes.
In
You're
history
definitely
class, like to talk about like antiques and stuff like
Oh,
that.
that's a reach, but
It's a reach for sure, but
Hey,
it
man.
it happened.
It was on the History Channel.
might as well start putting on Ancient Aliens in class.
Hey,
Then.
Hey, that shit
Let's
would have been
rip it.
lit.
That would have been awesome. They should have.
Yeah,
It's on the
it would have
history.
been probably better than Pawn Stars. I mean, at least it's like historical.
It kind of is like, hey, I'm gonna bring in a professional. They brought in a professional every time.
I mean, well, it's like they have theories, but they at least state the history. They're like, okay, this is what we know. Like that's at least something, and then they say, but this is what we think. Nah, okay, all right, whatever. Like,
That's how Pawn Stars work too. They'd be
yeah.
like, the professional would come and be like, well, this one dates back to this year. And
I guess that is true. They do kind of give you an unnecessary background.
It also teaches you a lot about business culture.
Yeah,
Best I
but-
could do is
we watched Pimp My Ride. I'm pretty sure in school too.
that. I don't know that.
Nah, bro, you're pushing it.
No, we
That
we
one might
watched
be a
Chop
reach.
for sure.
We definitely watched Chop.
Oh my god.
Definitely watched Chop. That was in a shop
ever.
class.
You're just
Pimp
like,
My
what
Ride
school
would
did
have
you
definitely
go to?
been a reach.
What the hell were they playing? We didn't watch anything.
They
like
weren't
that,
playing
like-
fucking curriculum. They weren't playing. Let's teach these kids a fucking.
Do you remember?
math.
No, I mean I did learn, but
Sure.
they did. I mean, the classic was Stand and Deliver. We watched that one a fuck ton,
Yeah, it was
and
a
then
lot
we
of
watched
times.
what was the other one where it was the woman who was the teacher.
Bad teacher.
No,
No,
y'all
I'm
did
kidding,
not.
I'm kidding.
No, y'all did not.
He's
Shut
talking
up.
about whenever she teaches them
Freedom
how to
Riders.
write. Yeah.
Freedom
Oh
Riders.
yeah, we watched that one. in my
Okay, so
class.
that
one's
one,
good.
Stand and Deliver, Freedom Riders. We watched the classics, you
Somebody
know,
said a bad teacher, bro. Yeah, we
about
didn't
how
watch-
a good teacher can change the classroom.
Yeah,
And then
bro.
you're like, shouldn't you be? Like,
Although our teachers, I mean, it sounds like y'all teachers let y'all watch some good shows. Our teachers was kind of putting us onto some fucking good ass like. We didn't watch any TV shows, just like movies and stuff.
we watch movies too.
I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie. One of our junior year, our English teacher, she fucking loved Edgar Allan Poe, and that show the
Raven.
The
The Office.
thank you. Was it called The Raven
Yeah.
with what's his name? Kevin Bacon.
I don't remember, but I know that was a show that they did make based off.
That shit went hard, but like we would watch that shit like every week. Like shit would come out weekly.
It's like a mystery, right?
She would like find the illegal stream, and we would watch that shit in class, like as damn near a book club.
The more we talk about it, I'm like, our school was probably doing shit.
Our school was not a fucking school; it was a daycare
Sounds
where
kinda
people
off the
used to.
chain.
We did learn. Okay, Josh specifically was not paying attention, but we did.
I-
we did learn stuff though.
Learned enough, sure.
He's like he graduated.
I mean, I learned some things. Did I tell
Sure,
you
I
those?
learned some things too.
I feel like the only class that I think we all learned normal stuff.
Yeah.
Most of which, honestly, I don't even know is true, but
Or fucking relevant.
yeah, or relevant. But I think my favorite class though all time was definitely statistics. That was probably my favorite class.
Interesting.
I had a computer class, which we didn't do anything in that class either but play games.
That's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I had
was
a couple of those.
My programming, my computer science class. And
Yeah, we had one of them.
yeah, and I took it. And it was literally bullshit. It was literally bullshit. But statistics was cool though, because it like taught you about like it was kind of like psychology mixed with like a math class in a weird way. Once it got into all the complicated equations, I was out. I didn't fuck with that. But like the beginning where they basically to show you that like it's mathematically impossible to have like a non-biased statistic, like every single statistic that you'll ever interact with is like biased in some way, and then like you have to learn like all the different biases that could affect statistics, and then it like quite literally changed the way that I looked at things.
That's actually really sick. Do you want to know what class I took my senior year of high school? Cause I took I took all like advanced courses all the way up through that point, right? So senior year, I told myself I don't want to take calculus. I don't want to do that bullshit.
Same.
I don't want to do all that.
I took stats instead.
Yeah, I should have probably took calculus, which was crazy because they were you need to take it for college, right?
took
And then
it
I
the
still
first half
got
of the-
accepted into engineering school at UH.
You want to know how?
Without it.
You want to know how I know that counselor we had is bad at her job? First and foremost, if you could just look at it. If you just do a quick scan, you like kind of get some pattern recognition here, where it's like we put this kid in the AP classes. He doesn't try at all. He gets C's or fails, and then switches to the regular classes, so that he can get his grade back up, basically, because it's easy for him. Let's keep putting him in the AP classes.
That was him, by the way.
So they put me in calculus. I failed the first half of the semester. My calculus teacher loved my older brother, so she gave me a C instead of an F.
Nice.
So
Nice.
It's crazy. And then in the second half of the semester, instead of taking a math class, I fucking took a computer video class, basically, where I was in one room because I had the same class for what's it called? Office aid. That's what it was called.
Yeah,
You were like where you're a teacher's aide basically for a period. I had that class. I had that class myself for the next period, and then there was like a lunch hour.
Oh,
So for like 3 hours, I'm just in that bitch playing my fucking PlayStation.
what?
I brought my PlayStation to school damn near every day during senior year of high school.
What I was gonna
Huh?
say,
I would run Madden tournaments, fucking 2K
that
tournaments,
is crazy.
FIFA tournaments during lunch, fucking during
That
class.
sounds about right. But what I was gonna say is,
I was having the time of my life.
again, they were teaching stuff. He just was not. Someone that was paying
This was
attention.
senior year though. I was not giving a fuck. The second half of senior year.
Fair, but
True.
yeah, the math class that I joined, which I was like, I just want an easy A. They were teaching us how to figure out the circumference of a tire.
I was like practical applications or something.
Yeah,
I mean that's still kind of useless. They have like
you said it's kind
It's
of
for sure useless,
It
but
is
it's also ninth grade geometry.
It is.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like yeah.
Yeah.
They also like
It's
the
less than
tires
that.
have
It's less than that.
sizes on them and stuff.
Right.
No, we learned that though. You like if you have a 225 tire versus a because they have the different
Yeah.
sizes. Yeah.
Yeah, no, our school was hilarious. If he wants to continue telling you the people that learn shit, that's hilarious. First and foremost, there was one teacher who ran the computer science class where she would just let all her students, whether you were in her class or not, come to her classroom during lunch hour and just play Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
And then
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
if you were skipping, you could just go there and play Mortal Kombat. If you didn't, she didn't care. She was just like, "Come on in, like come hang out," type shit. That was one teacher. Yeah,
It's better. I feel like those type of things are good for kids to have though. It keeps people out of trouble.
I agree, but it's like also
You're not learning anything. Yeah.
yeah. There's I don't know. Yes, that makes sense if there's like met with some merit, but it's not. There's across the board. There's just all these different groups of people just hanging out with teachers on their lunch breaks, and so many rules being broken and fucking things getting like misorganized and things like that. Like there was this one girl who had 58 hours of like time. Like what is it called when you had hours you had to make up?
Delinquency.
Or some shit like that. Whenever you missed like school and you had to make up hours to be able to graduate, type shit. She had like 58 hours she had to make up.
Yeah, they were makeup hours.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But essentially, one teacher just Sign that shit off in one day. She's just like, come on, you good. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Nice.
Like, it's so many like things where I was like, there was in
Nice.
9th grade, fucking, I would wear slippers to school every day. I'd play football in the fucking slippers and PE. I would just hang out. This fucking one teacher hated that shit to where towards the end of the school year, she took my shit
What?
and didn't give them back.
She wait. She couldn't.
I
just
rode
tell
the
you?
bus home with socks on. I ain't have no other shoes.
Did she tell you she was gonna take him?
She gave me warnings. She said you can't wear those. That's not dress code. You're not supposed to wear those. Don't wear that. You wear them again, I'm gonna take them. Like, who this bitch think she is gonna take my slippers? She took them bitches.
She yoinked your
Bro,
ass.
Pat Speeds used
How'd
to
she
walk
take
around
'em?
fucking cutting people's earphones.
Did she just make you stop and say, "Hey, I'm taking them," or did you take
Yeah.
them off or something?
No, she like took me to the principal's office type shit.
Damn, she
Said, you
said
gotta
it.
take them off.
She said, "Hey, make him take off his slippers."
If you're learning anything, he was not necessarily a knight. He was definitely someone who was.
I always had trouble with authority.
Shit, check that box.
But if you think about it, it is like that whole system is a good way to learn how to navigate society in a way. What you
It
can't
came out
get-
okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean the thing
You also
is,
find out like what you can get
yeah.
away with.
Again,
Truly,
not about what you know, about who you know, because you know what, you could fail, or you could get one teacher to sign 58 hours worth of
Yeah.
makeup hours, and
But
That's
they
what I-
wouldn't do that. They hated you.
that's what I think about. Like, how
Exactly.
many kids didn't graduate because of makeup hours? Where this one bitch just got her shit
That
signed
just means
off.
they failed the charisma check. They couldn't they couldn't finesse
The
any.
wrist check.
Yeah, they couldn't finesse any of the teachers to give them the hours.
That's really what it was,
I
honestly.
mean, hey, but that's a shit that could be more important than the hours. Honestly, like having that ability
I will
and
say
using it.
an important rule in life is, I think I have learned this recently more than I think I already knew this, but I've learned it more recently just having to deal with certain people. You need charisma, not necessarily charisma necessarily, but you need to have a certain type of vibe in the workplace.
Ooh, after
yeah,
dealing with
it's
certain people,
required.
It's important.
It's required.
he's
It
saying
is-
that just randomly.
Yeah, it is a it's a requirement, because the thing is, I know some people who say, you
He
know,
said he's saying that randomly. This has nothing to do with anything specific.
Yeah, there's some people who see people get moved up and they'll say things like it's a popularity contest, and
Yeah.
then you just have to tell them maybe you just don't have the vibe,
It's possible.
and then you talk to that person who says something like that, and then you realize they just don't have the vibe.
Well, what it is,
Energy vampire, so to speak.
I would say that's a good like depiction of that. What I would say is that as someone who like does get it, it's so easy to see the like inability for others to. Like whenever you meet someone and they're like, I don't understand what it is. It's like, I do.
Literally.
Which it does suck, because there's certain circumstances. There's people who are introverted.
Yes.
Which it does suck
there
for
are
those
some
people.
things that are just like
But I think there are certain jobs and fields that maybe require less social interaction than others.
I would say if like in today's I think that's maybe like something for like society before, but in today's ideal workplace where there's so many work from home opportunities, it's like you're an introvert, just decide to be an introvert.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just because there are remote jobs where you can. I mean, you still got to
in
talk to
literally
people.
any
but-
field.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do feel like the remote jobs, the ones that are like, there's especially now, they're pushing a lot of entry level work out of remote.
That's true.
So it's like you kind of have to finesse your way up the chain to a certain level to where you can unlock that. And then once you get to a certain level, it's like across the field. There's, you know, it's like like at point a certain level in corporate, those people are not coming into the office every day. Like they might
Right.
be hybrid at best, you know, and that
Yeah.
hybrid is like, you know, it could be one day a week. Like that's how some people at our job are, one day a week.
yeah, because at a certain point, you're just taking meetings most of the time, or you can work. It's work you can do on a laptop.
It's
Yeah. And to be honest, like from
You don't need to be in a cubicle to work on your laptop.
I worked at home recently, and I felt like
You failed.
no, I said I worked at home recently, and I felt like you said I felt like I failed.
Failed. Like I was like, what you fail?
No, I felt like I was actually able to like kind of
Here, go to 2.
kind of tunnel vision,
Boom.
kind of tunnel vision a lot more on like certain more long term tasks I needed, and I realized like at work there's we have a coworker who's a great example of this, but there's a lot of like little micro time waste that you can even not even be trying to do that you do subconsciously, like even like you know you get up to like go see someone or like because you're at work, you know, you can like walk across to go talk to someone, or because someone sees you and you're talking to them, or like you're walking in the hallway and someone stops you for a ticket, so on and so forth. And then like people know you're at work, so they'll message you. Oh, on and on and on and on, whatever. And then also I think being in person, I feel more of an obligation to kind of do some more in person things, but they really break the flow a lot, I would say, of like trying to accomplish things. So I could see why, like on a higher level, it's like more beneficial to work from home more frequently.
They're trying to bring back working in the a lot. Like government's trying to bring back working in the office though. A lot of big businesses are trying to bring people back into the office. I think there's also a benefit. The thing is, the opposite of what you're saying, I think there is a benefit from being around people. But I guess also again going to people who are introverted or maybe have some form of autism, where I'm just saying in terms of like social interaction can be tough on those ends. Where working with people can be a little bit. I don't want to say hard, but maybe more difficult to pick on up on certain cues.
I mean, unfortunately for those people, unless they get like extremely upskilled, like extremely high skilled,
some of them do.
I mean, some of them do. It's just typically it's kind of a catch-22 because it's like, well, then how do you have a proof of concept that you're so skilled unless you actually went through some experience where you like worked and did it before for someone or some people, right? It's like you're basically saying like, or like you're not saying, but in order to get around the social part, you have to skip a certain amount of levels. But it's like, what's the springboard that it's allowing?
How do you test that?
Yeah, like
what do you compare it to?
If you have no experience because you haven't done the lower level stuff, it's like, does this person even work? Like, you'd have to already have like.
Someone has to see you. You have to be perceived in order for that to
so it's kind of a catch-22 in that sense because you have to kind of get past it. You kind of have to get through some sort of social interaction to prove that you're even high skilled enough to like get away from it.
Yeah. Also, what I was saying is on the opposite end of what you were saying is that I think social interaction in the workplace is good. The only thing is I can see why on the corporate level a lot of people don't want to come in because it almost does feel like a game of chess where you do have to put on a face and be hi. And you have to be nice and shake hands and say good morning and kind of work your way through the what do they call it, the rat race, and kind of all of these things.
Coffee.
Yeah, right. Every morning, talk to people at the water cooler about nothing, just a whole lot of nothing being said all the time. But which it's hard for me. I would say even like going into a corporate environment from what I'm used to is tough. From an environment that is fast paced, you're dealing with people all day, but it's pretty non-formal. Everything is pretty non-formal, and everyone is like kind of wears their face on their face most of the time.
Yeah, I would say that the non-formalness is a thing even in corporate. It's just like you kind of have to there's just something about time and comfort level. Because I mean offline I could give you more details, but I would just say several like managers or people that I've worked with like kind of like reveal their like they kind of get the edges start.
You get a glimpse into them.
Yeah, they get a little more goofy. They're kind of the way that their jargon, their vernacular changes up a little bit. It's like a little more like the more you talk to them, the less they care about trying to be someone else because they like.
I can definitely speak on that for sure. For me, what it is that I think a lot of times I have this mask that I put on whenever I start a job, like at a new location, where it's like I want the people that I'm working with to feel that like that I'm not just some fucking idiot running the show. So I have to kind of like put on this mask where it's like this is like professional me basically. But the more I get to know you, the more I can like reveal that is a mask itself, that I'm still professional, but here's who I really am, basically. And I don't show that to everybody. I really only show it to people where I feel like this is someone that I actually do enjoy working with. Because I don't really want to show someone my real side, you knowing who I am on the real side. You too as well at this point. Unless I know that it's someone that I would be comfortable working with in the future. Essentially.
Yeah, that's fair. It is a tough balance. For me, I think that's why when people think, especially nowadays when I go into work, because when I was younger, of course, I didn't give a shit about any of this. But
yeah, same.
when I go into work now, I don't really talk much to most people, right? I think my direct coworkers, I do talk a fair amount to, because you kind of have to, because we're constantly working on stuff. But in general, whenever I'm working with people, I don't really talk that much, and that is because of that. So people think, oh wow, you must not talk a lot, or you're introverted, or keep to yourself. And the answer is not really. Just here around you guys. I don't want you to know anything about me or.
To be fair,
I don't want you to get involved in anything that is going on in this area of my universe.
It'd be quite dangerous for you to talk to like 80% of the people like at our job. To be fair,
You said it'd be dangerous.
Yeah, it would be dangerous in some ways for you to be too friendly with them.
Oh, that's fair. I get what you're saying about it.
To be fair,
yeah, that is.
But I feel like I try to like, even me though it's not the same for me, but I'd still try to like I'm like the same. Try to like not be like some of our coworkers, I guess you could say. I just try to kind of keep to myself.
Yeah.
Like, just keep it professional. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it's hard. Some of the people, they be making it hard, and I don't really know sometimes what's going on, but still, just keep it professional. It'll pass.
I saw the sign right before my eyes. I saw the sign.
My mission is to keep people absolutely confused. I tell you, I put on this professional persona when I'm at work, right? Our uniform used to be crazy. It used to be like business professional. Like, I would wear like a fucking like suit damn near every day. I'm in this bitch in his office, professional like demeanor, professional outfit, like professional setting. And one of my patients just to like kind of like, she's clearly nervous and she's trying to just like break the tension in the room for herself. She's like, so like, who's your favorite artist? Like, what artists do you listen to? I was like, I don't have like a favorite artist, but I've been listening to a lot of Key Glock lately. She was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh, my bad. She's like, I just did not expect that answer. I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I listen to a lot of fucking street murder music for sure. I don't know what you want out of me.
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird. I feel like there's a fine line between like revealing your persona or like how you feel and then like talking and like actually giving people your like information like freely, you know what I mean, like willingly without anyone asking you about yourself. That's a very different thing, because I feel like whenever it comes to me like expressing myself, it's never like me talking about my life. It's always like showing someone a meme and being a little too edgy. I'm like, fuck, I'm at work. I should have done that.
I feel like I'm just into too much of more niche shit. So when people ask me a question, give them an answer, there's like, I should. You can tell that the demeanor's like, I shouldn't have asked. My bad. Like, you're like, yeah.
I feel like you do pretty well though in our conversations at work. Like, we just talk about normie stuff. Like,
yeah,
we kind of have.
Yeah, I can bullshit.
Yeah,
but yeah, when people are like, what do you listen to? And you tell them like, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. You're like, yeah, my bad.
Definitely
yeah, I should have kept that to myself.
Yeah, dude. So you watch baseball? No. Like, oh, okay. What? So what are you into? Do you like fantasy or anything? No. Well, you're like, it's like one of those moments you're just like sitting there.
You like fantasy? You're like football? You're like, no.
Basketball?
Like, no. We're like elves.
Yeah. You fuck with any of that? You heard Dungeons and Dragons? I'm like, oh fuck. I like movies. You've seen Marvel? No. no. Like literally, just like, well, this guy fucking sucks. I'm like, well, my bad, guys. Shit.
I mean, but it's a lot less important, I guess, as like just like I guess someone who's like working, I guess, in yours or my position. It definitely becomes, at least I feel like it becomes more important when you're like in a managerial position to like be able to kind of figure have some sort of way of like connecting in on some way to like each person.
I would definitely agree with that.
You would think. Yeah, you would think.
For me, it's tough because I know that it's important, but I'm so bad at it. I just end up saying nothing. Like, there was one time, like, someone was telling me something, and I was like, damn. She's like, no words of encouragement? I was like, oh, yeah. I forgot that was part of this job that I own. My fault.
You're like,
It's gonna be all right. I don't know what you want me to say.
After someone says that, I'm like, do you still want those? Is that you cueing me?
Come on, you gotta lock it. Like I didn't say
Is it
anything.
still on the table?
You gotta hit him with the I didn't say anything because I knew that you had it. I knew that you had
That's
it.
a classy. That is a good
You
one.
just gotta just fucking
No words
gather that fumble.
because you're already encouraged.
It's not a fumble unless the other team gets the ball. All right.
That's correct.
You know.
Well, that's actually not,
It's not correct,
it
but
is
you know what I
still
mean.
a fumble.
Like when people remember it, they're not gonna remember like, oh, like they'll remember it if you fucking let the other people get the ball. If you pick it back up, you hit the next first down, play after that. It's like, all right,
it's over with. You're back.
you're back.
You're
Yeah,
back.
You're back.
See, I get unlucky in instances, not just like that, but like in that instance, I'd probably just be like, just like not.
I did. I did. I was like, I'm sorry.
I wouldn't have even said that. I would have just like laughed and be like, and it just,
No way, that would be so awkward. You're just
Exactly.
looking at them like,
Yes.
aha.
I've been there, or just like I've so many times where someone tells me something, I just hit that, and they're like, "Wait, did you hear what I just said?" I'm like, "No, I didn't." Repeat it, because they're looking at you like you're stupid for a second after you just like, and you're like, "Oh my, what?"
You're like, you said something I was supposed to hear.
Yeah, I feel like you should probably try to use your like visual cues, and like when they have that look on their face, that's probably been like the thing that I've been struggling the most with over my last like 2 weeks, because I don't know if I think I could see the last time I was on this podcast. It's been a while.
That is crazy. That you
Yeah,
just haven't been able to.
yeah, I like tore my contacts, and it was my last pair, so I decided to get LASIK, and then I had to work too much, so I kept having to reschedule, and it's finally happening next Thursday, but it's been about 2 weeks or so. And yeah, I think the hardest thing, even more so than driving or any of that, is just like talking to people that I'm not comfortable with, because I can't see their facial expression. And so you kind of use that a lot when it comes to, because there's a lot of times in conversations where like you'll say something and then they won't instantly respond, or they'll say something but you don't know what they mean, because like you can't see how they're saying it based like on how they're looking at you when they're saying it. Or like oftentimes how it goes is you'll start talking and you can kind of see how people's face reacts to the thing, like as you start to say something, and you can kind of navigate your sentence based off of that. But like if you can't actually see, sometimes it feels like I'm like driving a train into a wall, and like I just can't see the walls there. And then I say something and I'm like, I feel like that didn't land properly, or like they took that the wrong way. Or like I'm looking at someone and they like from a ways, and they think that I can see them and I can't see them, so then they think that like I'm not saying anything to them, but like I actually just like can't see them. So I don't know
He's
that
just
them.
squinting. He's like,
Yeah.
"Who are you?"
Yeah.
Who are you?
It's like fuck.
For those of you that don't know, too, Evan is legally blind.
Legally blind.
And he has no glasses, or he does have glasses. You just not wearing the glasses?
No. I'm not that. Like if I had glasses, I'd wear them.
He doesn't have glasses, no contacts. Dude's just been roughing it. He's supposed to have made an appointment. He just finally got his consultation and stuff. But we've just been working nonstop around the clock to try to get this project we're working on done at our job. So he finally was able to do that. But he's been just living life blind, basically.
Yeah, it's like a spiritual thing. I think I'm saying goodbye to this blindness that I've lived with for my entire life. Like I used to be blind a lot more when I wore glasses, because like every morning you'd wake up and like not be able to see, and oftentimes like because glasses were like more fragile, it would break them like frequently,
constantly.
Yeah, whereas contacts, since I've gotten contacts, I've been able to see a lot more. It's only in the mornings, and like I break them, but they come in a lot of pairs, etc. So like I feel like I'm getting a heavy dosage of blindness, and then I'm just never gonna have to deal with it again.
They should do a dating show with people as blind as you are. And then just everyone kind of just lives like the dating show is just all of y'all that blind. You can barely make out shapes, and you can kind of see the face, but not like.
It would be scary. Even at the at my consultation.
There's one word.
Well, yeah, at my consultation, I was doing my eye exam, because they were doing like getting the measurements for how they're gonna correct it, I guess. And when they do that, they were giving me test lenses, so I could like actually see. And the girl who was doing it, when I don't know, the whole time I thought she was like in her 20s or something, like just from her voice. I just been judging people based off their voices this whole time.
That's
cool.
how blind he is.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
When I saw, but then when I could see her, I was like, oh my god, she's like in her 50s or something. It was kind of
wow.
like, it was kind of shocking a little bit. Like,
You're like, oh shit.
yeah, I was like, whoa. Like, it was like too much detail. I was like, oh my god, like I can see too much. It was kind of, it was weird. I was like, I guess I've gotten used to not being able to see. Now it's like, it's going to be jarring all the detail on people's faces.
You're like, no, turn it back off. What
yeah,
the fuck?
like, I,
Just imagine you're on the dating show and then you like win and you end up with the person because you're just basing it off of personality and voice. You're like, this is the person, and then you
they're outlined.
get your eyesight. You're like, whoa.
I mean, it's very likely.
Can we go back?
It's very likely.
How can we make my eyes not work again?
Probably not worth it.
I love you so much, baby. If I could go back.
I mean,
to
you
being
could definitely
blind.
simulate it because it's all just based off like lens. Like, so there's probably a lens, like how if you put on lens of people who need glasses, it'll make it all blurry because it kind of does the reverse of what it's trying to do. So like, there's probably a very achievable way to like.
You know what? That's true love. You know, you love her for who she is.
Is that true? Because it's just
Yeah,
that you can't. I think it's more so that because you can't see them, you're
you
like
see them for who they really are.
True.
Do you, though?
But you're also probably like you're
More or less.
subconsciously assuming the best. Like your brain is like all the things that I can't see is like it's thinking that it's optimal.
It's more so that you know them for who they are. You will never see them for who they are.
You see them beyond the veil. You know, you see them from what's on the other side.
Sometimes
You see
that's
them from what's
The
beneath
wall.
the curtain.
Okay.
I don't know if that's enough for anyone. Well, make us to our blind people. Make us to our actual blind people.
You ever
said, I don't know if that's enough.
I was like, God damn. You never saw Fantastic Four?
What the fuck are you on about?
One that was made?
I mean, I knew you were talking about the
his
original.
wife,
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, The Thing?
Oh my god.
Alicia.
She was blind.
Oh geez.
You know what's fucked up is they always use it. Did y'all ever see Eric Stoltz, The Mask?
No.
Where it's the guy who has elephantitis, basically.
No, I've never seen that.
Oh, dude. So he has. I think it's based on true. It might be based on true story. It's a really sad movie. But he has elephantitis, so his head's like really big. Can you? Pull it up.
Freaking
We'll show.
narcissist.
What?
But his head is really big.
Oh, that's crazy. You're gonna feel bad once you see it.
Oh fuck.
The Mask.
That's
Yeah.
jokes on you. I won't be seeing it. Not yet.
Yep, that's him.
Oh man, I bet he looks awful.
Don't say that.
Crazy.
Yeah, you can't see.
I
him.
can't
you
see
can't
it. I
see
can't.
it. That's crazy.
But
Wait, should I put it on screen or is it terrible?
yeah, go ahead.
Damn.
Okay.
I don't think it'll be. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much what he looked like. But yeah, so there was a girl that pretty much no one would hang out with or whatever, but he was able to like hang out with her and stuff, and she was blind. Also, she was also blind. She felt his face.
You can go back.
She's like, oh, you're fine just the way you are, because you know how they can kind of get a.
I've seen clips from that. Yeah.
And she was like, but it was funny, not funny, but there's also a Family Guy
No, it's
episode making fun of that, right? Where it's like the blind girl feels, she's like, oh my god, like runs away screaming. You're like, oh fuck.
It's crazy because it's like without ever knowing like or having experienced blindness, you know, it's weird to think about like how you can differentiate like what someone's supposed to look like, you know? You don't know what you look like and you've never seen a person before, so you're basing everything off of touch at that point, right?
Or
Well, blindness
sound.
in reality, like blindness isn't. It's kind of like how I'm legally blind. Blindness is like a spectrum, and the idea that people who are blind see like pitch black is like a myth. That's like not
Right.
actually how it is. It's like extreme. It's like oftentimes just an extreme version of what I have, where like it's just everything's super blurry. So like obviously they're blind to the point where even if someone gets super close up, they still won't be able to get a clear picture, but they will be able to see like the colors and the outline. They won't be completely arbitrary, like their idea of a
Right.
person. It'll be based off of something close to, unless they have like chemical like eye damage, in which case, yeah, they don't do
That's
it.
probably what like Ray Charles had. It was like extreme blurriness. 'Cause he could see. He like got blind later in life.
Yeah, that's why like once he
I
gets
thought
past
that
a
was
certain
Stevie
point,
Wonder.
Stevie Wonder-
No, that was Ray Charles.
no, yeah, Stevie Wonder could see. But yeah, once it gets
Stevie Wonder could see also.
I thought Stevie Wonder was blind.
He is blind, but he said Stevie Wonder. 'Cause Stevie Wonder is also blind. There is the ongoing joke that he can't.
That he can't see, right?
Yeah, there's
Like,
the audio
you
like that
motherfucker, we know you can see.
Yeah, like that motherfucker can see. But it's funny because did
that a
you see
myth?
where Mariah Carey's like trying to hand him the microphone? He's just
Bro, I mean,
off to the side trying to grab
what's
it.
up with being blind and being super talented? I guess you have.
Fuck, that is true.
I guess you have time. Then the Beethoven was deaf. It's like there's not that many blind and deaf people for like so many of them to be like insane.
But Stevie Wonder not blind. It said Stevie Wonder is blind. He was born with but he was not born with sight. Okay.
See, Ray Charles was. He got. He was still young in life when he went blind, but it was later.
Yeah, like a Daredevil type thing.
Was Daredevil born? What happened to him?
He could see. Oh yeah, you forgot. You said you don't watch Marvel. Oh yeah, you should watch the Daredevil show.
I remember seeing the original movie. I forgot.
that
about
one.
the one with where they made the spin-off like Electra.
Yeah,
I remember seeing Electra, but I was so young, I kind of forgot.
That one's kind of mid. I was talking about the Netflix show, like the first 3 seasons at least, not before Disney Plus took it over.
You didn't like the original Daredevil? I liked the older kind of.
Well, I don't think it was bad. I said it was mid.
You know what's crazy is I really liked a lot of the superhero type movies growing up, like Spawn or Blade. Those were fucking sick.
Okay, so
I haven't seen Spawn, actually.
at a recent concert,
Sick ass movie, definitely worth a watch.
on July 9th, Wonder is heard speaking in light-hearted tone. He addresses the crowd directly, saying, "I must say to all of you something that I was thinking. When did I want to let the world know this? But I wanted to say it right now." After explaining that there were rumors about seeing me seeing and all that, but seriously, you know the truth, is all he said. and for those looking for a more direct answer, Wonder delivered, "Truth is, shortly after my birth, I became blind. Now that was a blessing because it's allowed me to see the world in the vision of truth of sight. See people in the spirit of them, not how they look, not what color they are, but what color is their spirit?" ? But
Yeah, okay.
he did kind of say, "You know the truth."
He did say that.
But also, he also said that it was shortly after his birth, so he wasn't born blind. I don't know how shortly.
Yeah,
But
he went to sleep and he woke up dead. How
How
the hell you
What's
go to
that?
sleep? Yeah, like that. Yeah, dude, classic. Wayans Bros, am I right?
Yeah, they
I
were.
fucking love that show.
Oh, the Wayans Bros.
Yeah.
I was talking more about just them as people. Major Pain though, that was another. I don't know if we've
I
talked
did
about
see that
that.
one, yeah.
I just wonder.
It's
I just
classic.
was watching clips of that, and that's just a banger. Another good one. Shout out Orlando Brown. Dude was a kid. He was in that as a kid.
That was a classic, cult classic. I watched this one movie recently. I'm trying to remember what it was. It's this one about, you've probably seen it. It's like an old movie. It's like, I think it's from the 90s. It's like this guy, he's an accountant. Or not an accountant. He's like a programmer, him and his friends. And then he goes to this hypnosis guy because he's like really fucking fed up with work. And the guy's like, "Hey, you're not going to care about anything."
Office Space.
Yes,
It's dude, I love
That
that movie.
movie's fucking great.
It's a
Yeah, I
great-
just watched it for the first
it's
time
hilarious.
like last week. It was
Dude.
so good.
It's
So, I don't know. In about a given week, I do about 15 minutes of actual work.
and then they promote
Like
him,
this
bro,
guy.
to fucking
Yeah, it was.
I'm not kidding. That is so real.
If he takes my
In corporate life.
if he takes my stapler, I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
burn the whole building down.
He does, bro. Bro torches the building, bro. That movie is goated though. The printer scene is so real.
Yeah.
Just the printer not working. And they take it out back and just beat the shit out of it.
Yeah, the movie was a vibe, and it was funny. Is the whole time watching it, I thought it was made in like 2020, 2022. I thought it was like a new movie that was just like recapturing,
Like shot old.
yeah, old. And I was like, man, they did a very authentic capture of the old style until like the very end when I saw like 1999 or something like that. I think it was 99,
Yeah.
and I was like, what?
You're like, hey, yo.
I was like, yo, that explains why Jennifer Aniston looked like that. But I just assumed that.
Yeah. No, that movie is goated. That's a top tier comedy all timer for sure. Such a good movie. So many good moments in that movie. Like, yeah, I need those reports on my desk. Someone got a case of the Mondays.
Case of the Mondays.
Yeah, dude got hit by a car and then wasn't, or he was about to kill himself anyways.
Oh, yeah,
He
yeah.
was like, life's worth living. And then got hit by a car and got a huge settlement. He's like, oh
It's
shit.
kind of real, honestly, though. He saw his wife. He was like, man, what am I doing, man? Like, what am I doing?
But if you think about it, at that point, if you do get hit and you're kind of crippled, but you get a huge settlement, you're like, honestly, I was about to off myself.
Oh, no, definitely. He was like, fuck yeah. He was
This is
turning up at
honestly
the end
best
of the...
case scenario. Like, I was blessed after I decided to live.
Bro, yeah, that shit was funny. They were
I'm not
pushing
gonna work ever again.
pushing that man. Like, okay, yeah, sorry, I'm gonna need you to move your desk. So
They put him in the basement.
yeah.
They take him off the payroll.
If you could just no, it wasn't that they took him off. It was that he was supposed to be fired. Yeah, they did take him off. It was that he's supposed to have been fired. He was fired like 7 years ago, and like they've been paying him through a bug in the system. Like, we're just gonna correct the bug. He's like, I really need to get people. I haven't got my paycheck. Oh my god, bro, he was killing it. That was a
They
classic.
really just don't make comedies for real. Like,
I was sad. Yeah, that was the thing that hit me when I was like, of course this is an old movie. Like,
it just hit so hard.
Yeah, I was
You're
like,
watching, you're like,
nah.
fuck, bro. They really
couldn't-
don't make up. Like, dude, I'm telling you, it's because you watch comedies now and you're like, they're good. But when you grow up watching shit like that, it really is hard to say that the new one is really. It's like, is it good, or is it that there's just nothing good coming out?
No, I think it's just the problem with new comedies is they pander to too many like audiences instead of just trying to go for it, and like how most old comedies really just like went for it and tried to like pander to anybody. They just stuck with the concept and like wrote funny shit about it.
Yeah, just like throw in funny stuff because it's like the premise is, somewhat serious, right? Like a
Yeah.
serious plot. They hate their job. The office job sucks.
All right.
Work in general more than likely sucks, and then they come up with a plan to rob basically the company.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like there's just so much like product placement in today's movies. It's like hard to stick to a certain script comedically while you're having to cut all these corners to make a movie.
Yeah, like even I know you said Happy Gilmore 2 was
It was pretty good. Yeah.
pretty good, but I mean when you think of just the original run of Adam Sandler,
It's just but see.
yeah,
that's
is
the
it
thing,
gonna
it's
be as
like
good as the original? Like,
no, but that's just like a nostalgia thing. It's because this movie is simply built to sell tickets based on
the second one's a nostalgia thing. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's nostalgia. It's that good, but
No, the second one isn't just a nostalgia thing.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good Happy Madison production, but like, no, it's not the first one.
I mean,
Like
I
when-
guess it couldn't possibly. I guess is what you're saying. It's like,
when you
Yeah.
think of a movie like Bucky Larson, we'll never get another movie like that.
Well, what I'm saying is this,
Probably.
you would never get that type of feeling from Bucky Larson too.
No, you
It
can never.
would have to be some type of original concept that like has an original like
Yeah.
cast and all of these things that you can say that was like classic, because anything else would be an extension of something else or just
They made a
repetition.
Joe Dirt too, and that shit sucked.
Yeah.
Wait, can you check to see if Joe Dirt is a Happy Madison production?
Should be, I think.
If that's a Happy Madison production, that's goated.
I mean, Uncut Gems was pretty good.
It was, yeah.
I think that was right around the pandemic. He said it was that around the pandemic. I am identifying that. I think that was right around the pandemic.
Why does it not say the producer? Wait, what was around the pandemic?
Uncut Gems.
Yeah, that was. It was like 2020 or 2021.
Damn, a
Why
different
doesn't it say
time
the producer
before the
on here?
singularity.
Before the Great Divide. No producer credits on here. You guys suck.
Yeah, we always get into the into the movies conversation.
Yeah, it's like a
It's reoccurring. The,
like a baseline.
where
for
are we
us.
where are we today with the movies conversation? We're still where we're at.
There we go. Production, box office.
But yeah, they're not
Oh,
really making
hear about this stuff.
ultra classics like that. I mean, outside of like cinematic experiences like Avatar, we talked about before, they're just not making that type of shit. Even freaking Tucker and Dale was like, Tucker and Dale was like a freaking classic compared to
Dude,
like
that in like
movies they're making today.
no. No, it was not a Happy Madison production. But yeah, no, I think there's just like too much of Hollywood is baked into like we have to sell ads, we have to sell like find some way to create a spin-off from this show. If we are gonna make a show,
Like,
we have
will
to
we
find
ever
some
have
way to
Pirates
make
of the
a
Caribbean
two.
again?
Why would you want it?
No, not that. I mean, why would you have like? Would you ever have like a trilogy like that? You know, like something like that ever? You know, like could they have made? Do you think they could make something like that now and it be as good?
I mean, I feel like that's what Avatar is, but I mean,
well, that's
like
what Dune is. Basically.
Dune kind of.
Yeah.
But it's like you kind of Dune doesn't really count because there's not Pirates of the Caribbean books, are there? It's like an original concept.
No, you're correct on that notion
wasn't
of
a
it being
remake.
like
Yeah, Dune is like cheating.
It's basically it's a depiction of a book. Yeah.
And it was already a remake of a movie.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think what you're saying though is it's like a trilogy that like stands the test of time, basically. But Pirates of the Caribbean is more than 3, right? There's like 5 of them bitches.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah.
But we're talking about the trilogy though.
But fair. But like that's kind of there's always been something in the zeitgeist that's been that. You know, there was the Blade trilogy, there was
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Blade was
the
so
Lord of the Rings, there was the Star Wars, both of them. There was what's it called? Men in Black, fucking what's the other one I'm thinking of? Matrix. There's like all these different like franchises that they've done like that project with where there's 1, 2, 3, 4 movies. Fast and the Furious kind of broke the metric on that. They just kept fucking doing it.
What did?
Fast and the Furious.
Because I think Tokyo Drift is what, 4?
That was
3. 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
they did 1, Too Fast, Too Furious.
They should
Tokyo
stop.
Drift.
7 was for sure there should have been 100% the last one at the very least.
Yeah.
5 could have been the last one, but 7 for sure should have
I think they kept going because they hit Tokyo Drift and they couldn't stop at 3 after that. Like, holy shit.
Well, I think what it was is like a movie deal thing. I think once they brought in The Rock, I'd have to look this up to actually know the facts of it.
They did Hobbs and Shaw.
I'm pretty sure. Well, that was after. I'm pretty sure what the last movie that Paul Walker was alive for was the first movie they brought The Rock in for, and they didn't expect Paul Walker to die. So like young, obviously, they probably planned out or signed The Rock to a 3 or 4 or 5 movie deal, and that being his first one. So therefore, they have all this money in limbo because they signed this contract. So they have to keep making shit around The Rock's character because they have all this money be going to Dwayne Johnson for this for his part in these movies. I'd have to look it up to actually confirm that, but that makes the most sense. They don't usually sign like bigger art things to that bigger actors to trilogies or series like that unless they plan on building upon that character.
That makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
he's like a big name in the industry.
I will say, you know what series actually was really good, even though it was kind of ridiculous. What was the John Wick series?
I still haven't seen
That shit is.
Oh, really?
It's
Yeah,
like
I
a
haven't seen
video game
Really?
when you're watching it. It's like an
Interesting.
action video game.
I haven't seen any
It's,
of them.
whoever the creators are, for sure, love to play first-person shooter
Shooters.
and action, probably like assassination game.
I have heard that they're some of the fight scenes are like some of the best scenes in action films.
They're so fun to
recently.
watch. It's just the
Yeah.
fun. Like, I don't even like action that much, but those scenes are just so outlandish.
Yeah.
But they're so fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say CGI has gotten way worse. Because also, if you look at the Pirates of the Caribbean back in the
It has gotten way worse for sure.
back in the day, if you look at Davy Jones,
Yeah.
Davy Jones looks sick as fuck.
Yeah.
And that's the beginning of when they really started using a lot like CGI more in film. But you used it, and you're like, oh shit, CGI is awesome. And it somehow deteriorated to now everyone hates it.
Well, you don't even really have to look at it across different platforms. You could just look at Star Wars then versus now. A lot of the different characters, species that they have in their universe have definitely morphed or humanoid than it used to be because it's a lot easier to make that.
I think the costumes were sick, but I know the costumes take a
used
lot
to
of
be
time,
crazy.
and then you need people to do that shit.
But that's a job. Why are we saying let's take jobs away?
fair, yeah.
I mean, yeah, practical effects usually are better, even still today, if you can
Yeah.
pull them off in a decent way.
Yeah,
That's how-
same thing with scenery. Practical scenery is way better than fucking green screen.
If you made
across
Fifth
the
Element
board.
again today, it would look way worse.
Yeah,
It would probably look like shit.
good example.
yeah,
Yeah.
Fifth Element at the time, awesome.
Yeah.
Make it now, you're like, oh fuck, this kind of sucks.
You're just saying even if it looked the same, we would just think
If
it's
it
like.
was the same movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Dude, I
It would
I
look
think I
worse.
might have said this on the pod before, but I used to get The Fifth Element and The Sixth Sense confused because they're both Bruce Willis.
That's fair.
That's
fair.
fair.
Yeah, it was around the same time too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't see dead people in the Fifth Element though.
I was like,
And it's fifth, and then there's the sixth. It's really did not doing it any justice. It's really not fair at that point.
Not doing anyone any favors.
Shout out
Speaking of Bruce Willis,
too.
another one of those was Die Hard that had like 3 or 4 of them.
I mean, people love those movies.
Yeah.
He had a good run, dude. Armageddon was a fucking awesome movie.
He's not dead yet, but R.I.P. to like
I was
his
gonna say his
career
his
and
mental
like
health.
his health and
Yeah, it's
everything.
pretty much
It's, like,
donezo.
crazy to like see
Dude's brain's
that shit happen.
deteriorated. Yeah, he can barely talk. He can't remember anything.
Yeah.
Damn. Must be crazy watching his own movies then. It's like, who the fuck is that?
Literally,
I don't
like,
even know if he can watch it.
I don't even know if he could like. That's the thing is at the stage of his health, I don't even know if he can like fully understand like or comprehend things.
His brain's almost vegetable level. Like he had Alzheimer's and his
I think it was
brain.
ALS.
That too?
I think so.
For sure has Alzheimer's.
Damn.
I'll look it up.
I was thinking of another trilogy, then I forgot it. Probably come back to
There's
me.
a lot of good trilogies. I don't know. When I go back and I watch, I hate being the old head who's, back in my day, movies were better, but I go back and I watch movies and just like, damn, they hit so hard,
Oh, it's not either one.
The way it's filmed now, and there still are good ones that like are filmed really well now.
It's called frontotemporal dementia.
Oh,
Frontotemporal dementia. Progressive brain disorder that affects the frontal and temporal lobes of the brain, leading to changes in behavior, language, and cognition.
That doesn't sound fun.
No,
I mean,
dude, that sounds
he's
crazy.
pretty much done. So
it's a stage. It's not. I guess it's a level of dementia, not Alzheimer's. I think Alzheimer's is a type of.
or is dementia a type of
I don't know.
Alzheimer's? Not all Alzheimer's patients have dementia, but all dementia patients.
Progressive brain disorder that gradually destroys memory and thinking skills. It's the most common form of dementia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So when they say Alzheimer's and dementia, it's Alzheimer's and if you have any other kind of dementia. Yeah.
Sounds scary, honestly.
Learning something new. See, that's what it's all about right now.
Hopefully they'll have that shit figured out by the time.
With Alzheimer's, I think, because that's like a big thing they are working on.
Yeah,
Because it is a huge deal. A lot of people, they're constantly trying to figure out what causes. I think that one of the things they said it was sugar.
Well, I mean,
A lot of intake of sugar can really affect your brain and
I'm just hoping
can
they'll
lead
have
to
a cure or figure it out by the time, 20, 30 years from now, if I survive that long.
We'll see, man. I mean, that
trust
is a
them.
scary thing to think about when you get old is having that.
Well, it's the crazy part is like have you seen like people talk about like what it really is like in other countries it's not called Alzheimer's, it's called what is it, type 3 diabetes, I think.
What?
Really?
Let me see.
So it is to do with sugar levels. Then.
Yeah.
For real?
Pretty sure.
I knew it was to do with sugar levels, but I'm saying in terms of type 3 diabetes, that would be crazy. Because I did know that they say that like sugar intake can cause that.
Kind of hard to avoid sugar though. Like,
But there's certain types of sugars. And,
The term type 3 diabetes is sometimes used to describe Alzheimer's disease, specifically when referring to the potential role of insulin resistance and metabolic dysfunction in the brain's development of the disease.
huh? So maybe that's like one way of getting it. Is that?
Well, I mean, that's also because Alzheimer's is one of the biggest factors of like dementia. Again, there's different you can get dementia and not have Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, there's other forms of brain deterioration.
Nice.
Right. Unfortunately, yeah. We're trying to figure that stuff out. I mean, there's a lot of different things that can cause that, but that is one thing I think about because it's the conversation that we had with Godwin too. Is about in terms of the soul and consciousness and how you kind of view that in terms of imagine if you have dementia, right? You're no longer in your body anymore. Is that like a form of like your soul leaves your like? I guess thinking of it in a spiritual form, would that be your soul leaving your body, but you're still in physical form?
I feel like it would,
Like maybe you leave your body early.
No,
This is just all thoughts.
I feel like it'd probably be more so representative of your the friction between the two worlds. Like your soul is preparing to leave. Like it's like it's basically like leaving in progress. That kind of explains why. I mean, I feel like a lot of people that go down that path, like at the very end, they know, like they'll know that they're about to die. Like they feel it coming. It's like because their soul is like just about.
But what about like brain dead people? People who get into car accidents or blunt force trauma, anything similar to that in terms of, because I think about Alzheimer's is, but in terms of like the soul, when people talk about the soul or spirituality, anything like that, how would you put that in relation to brain dead people? At that point, are you a prisoner of your own body? Because you don't know anything. I don't know. It's always a weird thing because consciously.
It's a conversation of consciousness. Like, how can you determine what a person's consciousness is experiencing while their brain is quote unquote dead?
At that point, too, do you think it would be worth keeping someone alive if their brain isn't able to function even 50%?
I feel like if there's no hope of like bringing him back or like healing it, then probably not. I mean, unless it's just like sentimental value, but.
That's a crazy thing to think of it like.
I mean, it is crazy to think about, but it's kind of what it is. It's like at a certain level, once you're told like, it's up to you, we can't do anything here. What do you want to do? Like, I can't do anything. You can't do anything. Like, basically what you're telling me is now I have to decide whether or not my ego is strong enough to be able to make this decision.
I think some people also see it as if I'm not there for them every day, then I suck. I will stay on the record if my brain capacity goes to a level below a 5-year-old as like a full-on adult, please. if they give you the option to pull the plug,
I think most people probably feel that way.
I'm good.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people feel that way, and it's kind of not really that accepted to feel that way, I feel like, but it is kind of pretty consistent with anyone I talk about. It's like my mom was told me before, she's like, if it gets to the point where like legitimately I can't do nothing for myself and you like gotta either put me in a home or have me in a hospital on like a life support, pull it. Like, what are we doing here?
I take it back. If you're okay with the partial burden of what you're taking on by me being in that state, I will grant you the access to use me as
excuse me? Where are you going with this?
At the ability for like handicap spots and like
bro said you can claim me on your taxes for tax purposes. You
can push me around.
Just fucking
have some fun with it. You know what I'm saying? At least if I'm gonna be that.
Just disrespect my body for the tax benefits.
Like put a cape on me or something. And if I'm in a wheelchair, put a cape on me. Slap some fucking fire stickers on the fucking thing. And
that shit would be funny though.
Treat me like a superhero.
I do think though that
you are a superhero.
Going back to what you were saying, I feel like your soul is probably. I guess you could think of it as trapped to your brain until your brain like actually stops functioning. So I mean, if you're saying brain dead is in like the scientific brain dead, which is like your brain is not actually dead, it's just like doesn't have enough activity to turn on or do certain things, and I think you're stuck in that. That being said, it's like time isn't gonna be the same for you there as it is for us on the outside, so it's kind of like it would just be a blink. Like it would be we wouldn't experience that.
This is assuming that death is the catalyst for like the release of the soul, basically. True. Whereas like there is always a possibility. It doesn't really make sense to us because we don't really know how to perceive it, but there's always a possibility where it's like your soul leaves your body before the lights shut off. And what that could be is maybe like terms of, say, a level of dementia that we might not like know why it's causing. It could be maybe there's nothing running the engine inside anymore. You know what I mean? But that being said, that's more obviously very theoretical. But like on that level, you wouldn't necessarily like have to die. Like basically your soul would recognize like his body's got no future. It's time to go. So maybe you would pass on at that point. Do whatever's next.
Maybe like the soul is the catalyst for death rather than death being.
Basically, what I'm saying is maybe the soul makes the decision on when to leave rather than the body.
Yeah, I've thought about that before too.
Yeah,
in the sense that whenever it's time to go,
Yeah.
Your earthly
like the you dying is the soul like basically being forced out versus the soul deciding to leave whenever before you die.
Because
It's
in a
like
way,
more
there
of a
are
conscious
mechanisms
choice.
of life that work beyond that, in which we're able to perceive or understand really the full effects of what that means. So for all we know, that could be
It's
the
hard.
case.
I mean, there's no way to really fucking prove it or
Yeah,
even test it.
we don't know
or
the mechanics of the
experience
world
it.
beyond ours that we
Yeah.
can't perceive. So there could be things potentially moving that in that realm that then cause the things in this realm to happen. Which I mean, realistically, we do kind of know that that is the case to an extent, but we don't know to which extent that is the case.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, yeah, I could see that. Like, basically, your soul leaves, and then that starts the exit.
Because it is hard to
the
think
shutdown
of
process.
just when you think of consciousness and the soul, and then you think about not really being able to function as a human being, right? So where's the line drawn, and where would like
Well, that's what
consciousness and reality start and then end?
that's kind of where I guess that's why it's hard. It's hard for me to, I guess, I don't want to say accept, but like I guess understand how it would work in that sense, just because it's like a threshold. It's like at what point, because like we see these scientific terms as like a binary, like okay, you have dementia or you have Alzheimer's, but in reality, it's like a gradual thing, and at a certain point, you become someone who can be identified by that. So it's like, is it before it ever begins? Because then the next day, you'd be relatively similar to who you were previously. Because oftentimes it's not a hard, you know, it's not like a one day thing. It's like people get continuously worse. So it'd be like, at what point did your soul exit? Unless it's like the beginning before anything. I guess that'd be like my like small intricacy. But I do think it's interesting though, because I will say most mythos and like spirituality is centered around this idea of an apocalypse, and of this idea that your soul or your spirit is like trapped, and the mythos usually has some sort of process by which you can like become saved or release your soul from this like experience, to kind of remove yourself from the cycle of, I guess you could say, of reincarnation.
Yeah, I mean, in a sense, if transcendence, right? Because when we think about heaven or elevating, we talked about this a couple podcasts ago too. Is like the idea of transcendence, and like if you were to transcend to a different realm, that would be the equivalent of what death is, right? But if you were to just, I think at that point, in a sense, wouldn't reincarnation be kind of the same as almost hell, or like you're not going to heaven?
Yeah, that
right?
means that
you're coming back to this realm, like this realm.
Oh, man.
Ours is, I guess,
Bless you.
bless you. Oh.
All right, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
It's like I feel like when you notice the sneeze, that's whenever people are focused.
I can battle it.
Have y'all seen anything recently on like in y'all's algorithm about us not having 5 senses? We have like 15.
No.
Well, after looking it up, trying to find it, it looks like we have anywhere from 9 to 21.
What is it talking about though?
Essentially, so just this right here talks about like, so nociception is like basically the ability to have like your sense of pain, the sense of temperature, but basically what they're saying is not necessarily the actual like sensing temperature. It's more so the like temperature transfer, like when something goes from hot to cold or cold to hot, essentially. And then time perception, pressure, stretch receptors located in areas like the lungs, bladder, stomach, and gastrointestinal tract. These receptors provide information about stretching and distension of internal organs. Chemoreceptors, the brain's medulla, detect blood-borne hormones and drugs. Also contribute to the vomiting reflex. Thirst and hunger.
It's hard to
Magnetoception, which is like being able to detect magnetic fields.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
Yeah, that would be. That's the other ones. I'm like, are those really like? I guess those are your body sensing things.
Yeah.
But like,
can detect magnetic fields. Okay.
I mean,
Magneto.
I guess what that is like whenever you see like a north and south or a north and north pole, like, and you can detect that by seeing it. Is that Not still sight though.
Yeah, I think that would be sight. I feel like it's something else. I feel like it's something.
No, it's like you're able to feel that.
Something. Yeah, it's saying something crazy there, kind of. It makes sense though.
It's because detecting certain things, there are senses, I guess, in that way that are beyond.
And the ancients have been building structures on magnetic fields for thousands of years, so it's like.
See, that's another thing where magnetism. Dude, people probably think
also, they were talking about like emotional regulation and self-regulation of your emotions and stuff, and then like social cognition being a sense as well.
Interesting.
I don't know if that's like across the board though.
For some.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I hate to always bring them up because people are like, this guy's fake an idiot. But just if you look up a lot of just shit on it, just the idea of magnetism, because like Terrence Howard had brought up magnetism.
Oh my God! There he goes again with the
But yeah, but people do visceral reactions because of that, like angry, just like that fucking idiot. I'm like, did you listen to any of it? Anytime I ask people too, it's multiple people. They'll be like, well, no, I saw like the reaction, or I saw Eric Weinstein. I'm like, all right, well, no, you watched people attack him. You didn't really watch or take into account what he said.
Oh, another one it looks like it's saying is body awareness is another like sense, which is basically like close your eyes and touch your nose.
I guess.
Are you right every time? If so, then that's because you have the sense of where, like you're aware of where things are on your body.
That is a way of thinking of that, right?
Yeah.
You have
even though you can't
just, like
see it,
sensing it, you just kind of know where that is. Yeah, but talking about magnetism too, is that he was essentially saying how we use gravity as a force when really the force that we should be aware of is magnetism. Everything on Earth works on magnetism, and then he brought in essentially the idea of like the torus, the field, the torus field, right? Which is what our body also works off of, which works off of magnetism, and then instead of trying to work against gravity to try to get off of the planet, we should be working in tandem with magnetism.
Yeah.
And the magnetism of the Earth, and repelling certain magnitudes of the certain magnetic fields of the.
Yeah, I feel like Terrence's problem is like for example, if you look at like the Mayan pyramid, right? For example, if he had built that, it would be everything that he's saying would have so much more credence, because it's like those people who built that, they understood everything that he's saying, but not only that, they were able to like create something from that. They were able to materialize that knowledge into something that was tangible.
Because the guy he quotes too is
so what he was saying is that like gravity is a byproduct of magnetism.
Yes,
basically.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I know. The guy that he references, Walter Russell, dude, has like a lot of ideas of like how we're in the light dimension, and like how basically light bounces around, which affects how we perceive things, which is like kind of like the idea of materialization and how we view things. And like there are other theories out there about.
And he's saying that an electron is not a monocharged particle, but rather a more complex, perhaps dipole structure with both attractive and repulsive properties, believing that the mischaracterization of the electron has led to errors in understanding the universe. Instead of an electron takes a charge, it's like, well, an electron has poles, and it takes a charge as long as those poles are aligned in way that it's meant to be, I guess.
That's interesting.
That thought process.
Is it interesting? See, it's just like if you take some of that and not even just take it as truth, but just as ideas to go off of, and
I think this goes back to our original conversation where it's like I didn't have a good enough high school education to know if he's right.
The thing is, though.
What do you mean? You're not gonna learn that in high school.
I know. I'm just I'm kidding.
Your teachers, you bring that up, they're like, "What the fuck are you coming?"
I'm looking at like reinterpretation of mathematical concepts and the linchpin on wave conjugations.
Yeah, that was
the fuck are you talking about?
The mechanisms that he built.
No, I know.
Can you pull those up though? Actually,
I don't know if it'll let me pull it up.
You know what's funny though? Could you imagine bringing that to your teacher and your teacher just saying, "What the hell? You're fired. Get him out of here. Take him out on a stretcher, preferably this way."
This is Skibbity.
Yeah, the problem in science though is that research.
What was it? Writ something.
Writ large.
Writ large.
Research takes money, and like you kind
years and time.
You kind of when you're it's like easy to say like we need to change our starting point, but then that means that you have to go back
Yeah.
And then you have to start paying all the way from the beginning.
But that also goes back to what I'm saying. A lot of the donors and people that are like that are giving you the money a lot of those people have agendas.
Well, it's like they have agendas, but they also have like different understandings. Like for example, like the big thing in science is a unifying theory of quantum gravity, right? Like that's like the thing right now. And maybe the key is this magnetism idea, but the problem is that like if you start from relativity, which is where most people want to start from, that's where like the school of science mostly works from. It's hard to reach like there hasn't been a proposed theory that can qualify quantum mechanics within Einstein's theory of relativity. That being said, Einstein's theory of relativity explains so much else about the universe so accurately and so precisely that it's like to throw that aside and come up with a whole new theory that also now needs to work in quantum mechanics, this magnetism idea, gravity.
Who's to say it's a whole? It would be a whole new theory.
This motherfucker's a troll.
Who?
Terrence Howard.
Oh, for real?
I'm on terryslynchpin.com.
Is that on his website?
It's on his website.
What's he talking about?
He has foundational documents, and under one of them it says AKA Eric's Nightmare.
That is funny as fuck.
This motherfucker's a troll. He has supporting documents. He has a bunch of videos and information on here about what he believes and his proof as well, his research, everything.
Those are the devices I was talking about. Go the linchpin.
Yeah, these things.
Which those things are just kind of like, it's like that's not really much, to be honest. I guess they use certain different types of propulsion systems.
Yeah.
And he's just using shapes, which is also what people make fun of him for. Well, it's like, wow, a guy discovered geometry. But kind of the cool part, I will say though, with that is using he used sacred geometry essentially to build out these ideas, which kind of in terms is a weird thing because sacred geometry in itself is the idea that these designs kind of live in everything, right?
Yeah.
In everything that exists, that's alive for the most part.
That makes sense, though.
Things that naturally form, right? So being able to use like those same forms, like those natural forms that form in nature, to build like a system and propulsion type systems to like things that are able to fly is kind of cool. I will give him that. Even if nonetheless, if it's not like a major breakthrough, it is something cool nonetheless.
I guess I just don't understand it. So is this like you just let that shit go and then just start flying by itself?
Yeah, I think you're.
Or is there like a motor in that motherfucker?
It's not a motor. It works off of magnetism. Which don't I don't know. You'd have to look at the files.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't have the
guess
files.
I
He
don't
has the files
fucking
and the
get it.
documents on
But
there.
does he have them?
We go back to one probably. Yeah. Yeah, they work.
Just need to see like.
And they can pick up like large objects and shit too.
Cause these are all models. It's like
Cause they need to
watch
see a
it.
video.
Like he can pick up. It's supposedly they can take like large objects and move them around.
What's the
as well.
scalability? I mean, but it's like I said, it's super interesting. I mean,
going back to it, the main point was like with magnetism and shit like that though too. Just like with the earth, like the way that we kind of view life, and just like the way that the earth works off of magnetism is kind of crazy. And being able to pick, I wonder if we are able to pick up on some of that, like those magnetic fields, aka aura, as some would say, you know.
yeah.
'Cause would that not be aura in a sense too? Because I guess the vibrational frequencies and the magnetic.
For sure, that's exactly what it is. It's like your frequency that you're vibrating at, and like how those frequencies are interacting with the frequencies around you. How it makes the people.
I wish I understood even a little bit of this.
Like,
I mean, it's actually all very, very, very interesting. I would say, like,
It's very interesting. It's just so complex that like people that have a 9 to 5 can't actually fucking take the time to look into this shit.
oh yeah, I just listen to podcasts from
Yeah, I try to as well.
astrophysicists at work and stuff, and then try to hold on to a lick of what, like
just a hair.
just
of it.
a hair of it.
You gotta think when you have that much knowledge and you just rip it. It's like, for instance, like one of our bosses who has so much knowledge about networks and just you're trying to just take a grasp, just a little bit
just
of what they're
take
saying.
what you can. It's like you're just like you don't have a big enough bag to take it all, so you're just trying to get what you can in your bag.
brain can only expand so much, so they're just throwing shit out there. Like, okay, I understood this, so I'll take this, and I'll just kind of build off of it. Once I understand that more, I'll kind of build off of that. Yeah, the whole idea of building Saturn.
Yeah.
With an equation.
Yeah.
Like, what does that even really mean?
I don't know what it proves. I don't know what it proves even a
He's
little
like, with
bit.
this equation.
No, but look, I did it in a model. It's like, this just looks like a really, really cool graphic design.
Like, with this equation.
This looks like if you
Innocent-
put an
I think
EDM song behind this, it would go hard.
No, it would be so sick. Honestly, that's a crazy visual. That is a crazy fucking. Just have some like super shamanic shit going on in the
You
background.
feel me? Like,
Shit
what
would
the
go
Rip
fuck?
that visual and throw it on behind our next show.
You just fucking
See if we can talk
turn
to
him
the
into a
man
meme.
himself and get some of that.
get him on here just to riff. Hey, bro. Honestly, we know you're kind of falling down bad, and you can come on our podcast.
Hey, we talk about movies a lot.
Yeah. Hey, talk about the linchpin if you just wanna.
Get some merch. We get some merch.
Linchpin merch?
Should we
Yeah,
get a
merch.
vehicle? Should we get a vehicle?
Dude, you can buy one of those.
I don't know. They
Those
look
things
kinda
look
cool.
sick though, don't they?
They look sick as fuck.
How much are they?
It's fine.
There's no way you can buy
Is there a
those.
shop anywhere on here, Terrence? It's just fucking
What are the
t-shirts.
T-shirts? What do they say?
1 times 1 equals 2.
That's awesome. Low key, that
Yeah.
is the fucking hilarious.
The square root of 2 equals, 2 equals 1. The square root of 2 equals 1. I don't know
This is just
how to say that shit.
troll shit, basically.
Yeah,
Literally,
just to piss
he's
people
just
off.
going for it.
Just to piss people off.
Transcendental light, and then on the back it says 1 times 1 equals 2. Like, come on.
I low key kind of want that. It's just hilarious.
There are no straight lines.
in nature, there are no straight
Right.
lines in nature. That is kind of crazy.
Yeah, he's going for it, bro.
Isn't it crazy? You could just go down a rabbit hole and none of it even be real.
Yes.
And
Yes,
what
that's
is real
facts.
though?
Exactly. I guess that
The universe
is the question.
itself doesn't even exist until it's observed. So like, like
Observable reality.
what even is real?
Artifact of a higher dimension.
All right.
That shit's hilarious.
What?
That like term.
The artifact of a higher dimension. You know what it is?
It's an Enzo song.
No, it's from Interstellar.
Oh. Well.
It is an Enzo song, but it came originally from Interstellar. It's the thing that breaks the fifth dimension. The artifact of a higher dimension is love, because that was the end of the movie where love broke the fucking thing. He was able to fucking.
An artifact of
You
a
don't
higher
remember-
dimension is a conceptual object or phenomenon that could only exist or be fully understood in a dimension beyond the 3 we directly experience.
Well, 4. But I mean,
It's from Interstellar though.
All right.
It was whenever he breaks the fourth wall, or whatever. You know, whenever he goes through the. Did you see Interstellar?
I have, but it's been a while. I guess
Shit,
it's time for me to
you know what I'm
rewatch
talking
it.
about, where he's like in that temporal field. He's like not really anywhere, and then he like is able to like
In the
interact.
event horizon.
What?
In the event
Is that what that would be called? Is
horizon.
that what that?
Didn't he go into a black hole, and that's what that was?
Yeah.
Oh,
And so
He went
went
to the black
into the
hole.
event horizon
He
of
went
the
into the
black
event
hole.
horizon and ended up in a terrible field. Yeah.
the event,
yeah.
the event horizon is just the outer ring. So you would say he
Right.
went
Oh,
past the event horizon.
Of the black hole.
Past the
Yeah.
event horizon.
Into
Oh, is
the
that what the-
yeah.
singularity is the thing in the middle.
Yes.
Oh shit.
That's what he went into, basically.
Yeah.
No,
And then
no,
he-
it's on the other side.
And then he basically was in beyond time, and then he was able to like manipulate time, I guess, and speak to his daughter in the past.
Yeah, I mean, basically, like,
So
The way
love
I've-
was the artifact of a higher dimension that he was able to.
the way I've
beyond
heard it
time and
explained is
space.
that, like, we're, like, 3-dimensional beings that are able to, like, observe, like, 2-dimensional space. Or is it 4-dimensional beings that are able to observe 3-dimensional space?
yeah, we're 4-dimensional, I think.
Yeah.
4-dimensional space.
And then, so basically, I think what he became was, like, a 5-dimensional being observing 4-dimensional space. So he was able to, like, observe, like, different points in time, basically, as well.
That makes sense.
Once you're beyond time, is the fifth dimension, kind of.
Kind of. Which
that
was
would be-
that, like, love that they were trying to depict.
And also going back to it with Walter Russell, the light dimension essentially would be again the physical plane. It would be us being in the observable world.
Right.
Like the light dimension is the observable. Like light is kind of our whole like observable world. Because without like light, essentially there is no like
Anything?
Yeah,
observing without light.
without light in general
But
and how we view things.
I feel like that's a pretty
Like
good,
we're stuck in a box, kind of in a way.
from a dimensional perspective.
Yes.
Well, yeah, you can't observe what's unobservable. I mean, we also can't exist out there because there's nothing
beyond this.
Yeah, there's nothing of us that would be there.
Yeah, so beyond this dimension would be like beyond time, space, light, essentially, which would be interesting. I don't think we'll never be able to perceive that within our forms now.
Within these mortal corals.
Isn't that a crazy also concept? Like everyone searches for this truth, or for not everyone, but there's a lot of people out there who spend years for knowledge and truth and try to figure out what's going. But the truth of the matter is like if there was anything beyond this, we would never be able to perceive it in the form that we are now.
Well, the reality is
there's only so much we would be able to like come to a conclusion of.
And there's shit that we can fucking perceive that we don't know about. like there's a lot going on as far as like limiting people's knowledge.
The ocean.
As far as like not just historical events, but current events, yourself, your life around you, like what your place in this world is, what spiritually who you are, spiritually like who you're connecting with, like all of these things. It's like knowledge is not pushed in these areas. So like when you're talking about like how much is going on that we can't perceive, it's like more than you know, but the problem is there's so much going on you can't perceive that you don't know.
I mean, it's already it is already so much in a way to try to even like come to terms with with who you are as a person.
Yes.
And how to adjust and kind of like understand what that even means to be a person.
Right.
And to be who you are and understanding who you are, because we've talked about it a lot too, is like becoming someone different while also still kind of being that person you were and shedding that person. It's like,
yeah, so while it is insane to think about like what life would be like outside of what we can perceive, it's much crazier to think about like what life could be like inside of what we could perceive if we all just fucking work together a little bit more.
Yeah.
True.
We're constantly changing as humans.
Yeah.
Ourselves and the world around us.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to fully take a grasp on that, which is probably why it's so fucking chaotic all the time, because everyone's trying to constantly have a grasp on the one of the hardest things to understand.
Well, I think what it is everyone's trying to look like they have a grasp on things, but no one's actually trying to have a grasp on anything.
We're like, I get it, and you're like, do you? Does this make sense to you?
Do you get it because you need to, because your life depends on it, or do you actually understand what this is?
Do you realize we could be tree people if life turned out different? Like over here, like I have it all figured out. You do taxes, which is a made up thing. Fuck are you talking about?
You made up things on made up things.
Yeah, right. There's tangible and there's the intangible, and the fact of the matter is, we can barely grasp the tangible. It's hard to even try to even fathom the intangible.
I think that's a pretty happy note to call it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, tangible.
Take those words and tangelize them.
Peel back the layers on that one.
Tangerine.
What the fuck is up
Take a
with
big bite of a tangible-arine.
What?
I'm gonna say we just cut it where he said what he said. We'll just cut it there.
Tangelina Jolie.
Right there.
Oh, man.
Tangela.
Tanja, shut the fuck up.
Tangerine.
Tangerine dreams, bro.
Tangibs. All right.
Sour tangy.
Just ripping that. All right, y'all take care of you guys. Check out our shit. Follow our pages. Come to our events. Come love us from afar.
Yeah.
From afar, from a distance.
Neil wants you to come love him.
Support us. Thank you guys. Y'all take care. Until next time.
Later, guys.